Good morning, everybody. It is Saturday morning. Yep, I am in Indianapolis. I just got through dropping off the lease trailer, and now I'm headed back home. I'm gonna put my trailer in service this coming week. It was a pretty windy trip coming up here yesterday, but yeah, it's been a crazy week. I would have had your video up yesterday, but I had a lot going on and I was still adding on to the list. So we'll go ahead and we'll dive into it. Like I said, I brought my trailer up here to Indianapolis, the lease trailer, and I'll start using mine Monday. Put it in the service. That'll be a great thing, you know. We put our truck in the shop last week. We worked last Monday. We put the truck in the shop Tuesday morning, and I got it back out Thursday afternoon about 4:30. It's about time we finished all the paperwork and everything. It cost me $2,800, but on the good side, Snyder Finance had a 600,000 mile drivetrain warranty on this truck, and that extended warranty saved my rump, because I knew I had been watching a couple of oil leaks on the engine that wasn't bad. I mean, they wasn't dripping on the ground or nothing, but they were starting to seep. So I knew I had to get in there. So I went into the shop Tuesday with 592,000 miles on my truck. They did a oil cooler gasket replacement, and that was like an 8-hour job. They replaced the oil pan gasket, and they worked on one of the lines on the truck, had a little seepage around it. Altogether, that probably would have cost $2,000 because of the hours involved, but it was no charge because I still had the warranty on the engine. So I recommend, if anybody's buying a new truck, get the extended factory warranty. It could pay off in the long run. I mean, 600,000 miles is a long time, and as long as you keep up with their maintenance schedule, it could save you big time on the long run. They did fix my ABS, finally. I think we have the problem fixed. It was a sensor on the drive axle that had come loose, and they were so nasty and dirty. So whenever they took it off, I knew I was getting low on my brake level, but the guy that was did my last inspection, he said, you can make it to the next inspection, but you definitely gonna need brakes before long. I said, okay. So when I went in there for my ABS, they took it, you know, you gotta take the wheel assembly off to get to the little sensor. And when they did that, the brakes kind of fell in their hand on that axle because the spring had broke. So he called me, he's like, well, we need to go ahead and put brakes on the truck. I said, all right. So we put new drums and new brakes in there. With the ABS fix, he went ahead and made sure each one was clean and connected good on the drive axles. The had an air leak right below the turbo. A little blue line. I think he said it goes to the wastegate. I can't remember exactly where he said it went, but he fixed that. I was having some whistling in the engine whenever I would crank it up, but it would stop just as soon as you would turn it off. So I'm glad that stopped, because that was kind of annoying, and it would get DOT attention if you go through the scale. It hadn't been doing it long. Let's see, what else did they do? That's about it, basically. You know, it was a few days work that they had to put in on the truck, and I'm hoping and praying that everything is done and it won't aggravate me no more. Now, see, whenever I got in the truck yesterday coming up here to Indianapolis, I got around Batesville, Mississippi, and my lights came on. Check engine, stop engine. I'm like, oh man, I'm losing water. Because, you know, they worked on the oil cooler. And all those little lines up there, they took those old black clamps off and they put the new screwdriver clamps on. Well, they didn't tighten them up good enough. And I had leaking. So I had to stop side the road, tighten those up, ease over to the Love's, get some antifreeze, top it off with antifreeze. And so far, knock on wood, that's done the trick with that. But I got up here yesterday and met with Daniel at our drop yard, dropping my trailer, and we were looking around my truck. I was showing him what all they did, and we noticed my wheel seal, my cap seal back there on my rear axle had started leaking. So I had to cut our visit short and come over to the TA, and we got our cap seal put on. It only cost me $60, so that was a good thing. I tell you, I was a little aggravated, but things happen when you're working on trucks. Sometimes people don't tighten clamps good. Sometimes, you know, seals don't hold. So I really can't be aggravated. My main thing is they did fix my ABS, because that's what I've been having so much trouble with lately. So I knew I was going to be down for a few days. I was trying to plan out everything that I could get everything done strategically. That's why I'm up here delivering the trailer today, because I went ahead and took a hit. I'm only going to get one day's work, and that's Monday on this pay period. I should get my escrow back from the trailer, because nothing's wrong with my trailer. So that should cover my fuel for the week. It's just one fill up coming up here. I'm hoping I get good fuel mileage going back, because I only got 7.2 coming up because it was so windy. Even with an empty trailer, I mean, I should have been above 8 miles to the gallon, even doing 70 miles an hour, which I did 70 the whole way. But yeah, and then, so I started my week off while the truck was in the shop. I went to the eye doctor, had my eyes examined, and they are going to give me glasses, because there's nothing wrong with my eyes, but old age is starting to take its toll on my right eye, and my distance is starting to get a little fuzzy in my right eye. But he went ahead and got me some glasses in case it gets, you know, aggravating. I can wear them. But I went straight from the eye doctor and got our yearly physical. That all came out good. So we was busy that day. The next day I went and I stayed home. I did all my expenses, and I did my taxes for last year. That was a load off of my back. The taxes went really well. I had a lot of expenses last year, so my income didn't really look that good after all the expenses, but it was still an okay year. And the day after that, I went and got my dad, and he come over and spent the whole day with us while we had some furniture brought to the house. Got the furniture to the house, and then we went out and ate, and we took him back home and got my truck, and then now I'm up here in Indianapolis, and I done got my axle seal fixed, and I should be good to go all the way back to the house in Mississippi. So that was my week. I know that was a mouthful, so I'm gonna let y'all go with that. God bless. Catch you on the next ride.